about the 7-part cure for shopaholics and spending addictions. My name is May Doldelau. My blog is yesfinanciallyfree.com. Thank you so much for being on today's live on YouTube, Creative Bonus Now, on Periscope, May Doldelau, and on Facebook, Finance Freedom Mastermind. So I used to be a shopping addict. My name is May Doldelau. Hi, Rot Top Cop. Welcome. And I had over $40,000 in credit card debts in 2011. And I worked a job at a bank, a local bank in Hawaii. Hi, Forrest. And I had a negative net worth, negative $30,000. That means I was spending more than I had. I owned no property, all right? I was a shopaholic, okay? Now, I reformed. Hey, Dark, welcome. Let me know your names, where you guys are from, okay? I'm from Hawaii. So I stopped shopping, all right? I kind of went, I got to the point where I was like, I didn't have any more money to shop with, okay? So I had too much debt, and like couldn't pay my debts anymore. And I just had to stop because I didn't have any more money to continue, okay? A lot of people do it this way. I don't recommend it, but it might be the way that ends up for you. Hi, Rack477. Maybe you lost your job and you can't spend because of COVID. Who knows? But for me, I just couldn't spend anymore because I maxed out, all right? So I did some things, and I want to talk about the 7-part cure to how to stop being a shopaholic and stuff. Now, a little bit about myself. By April of 2016, I had paid off all my debts. But not only that, I had focused on financial freedom. So I was making over $500 a month in passive income for my family every month, and improved our family's net worth by $500,000. And now, and I quit my job. December 23rd, 2016 was my last day. And I became a full-time mommy. Part-time, I started coaching clients to do what I did. All right. So all of that information is at yesfinanciallyfree.com. If you don't have my ebook, Working Parents Guide to Financial Freedom, I give it out for free. If you go to yesfinanciallyfree.com, put in your first name and email on the right side and hit the big red yes button, you get that free ebook, and you get on my email list, which is great because I send out emails on what I'm going to be talking about, links directly to my blog posts, and all the great information that I share every weekday. All right. So definitely subscribe to the email list and get your free ebook. So let's talk about the 7-part cure for shopaholics and spending. So number 1 part is to actually really don't judge yourself, okay? If you're a shopaholic, don't judge yourself. Don't be hard on yourself. Don't be mean to yourself, okay? Everyone has their own reasons for all of their actions, and you are a glorious, wonderful person, all right? You are worthy of love. It doesn't matter what you did. You're still worthy of love, okay? Hi, Matt Painter, 2606. So really, don't judge yourself. Just look at yourself and be loving. Be kind to yourself. Be nice to yourself. That's step 1. And in the beginning, that's what I did. I started saying things to myself like, I am happy. I love myself. I love myself exactly as I am. I am a good person. I am worthy. And I would just say that over and over and over, guys. This is what I'm telling you what I did, okay? And I eliminated this belief that I wasn't good enough. I didn't judge myself. And I was just like, let's get down to business. And it took a while. I'm not going to say it was like instant, but that's the first step, is to just realize that it is what it is. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just your personal journey. Okay. And it's beautiful. It's beautiful, right? And now I have this great story. Hi, 456. I have this great story I share with people, and I relate to people better because of it, right? Now, when I talk to people and they have money issues, I'm like, oh, I used to be just like you. I totally get it. I totally get where you are. And I completely understand, because I do. And it made me a better human being. So your money spending aholism is probably a blessing for you. All right. Okay. So that's the first step of the cure. All right. The second one is to journal every day about what you spend and how you feel when you spend. Okay. So I actually have a journal. I just started it recently, actually, but I used to keep track as well. Back when I had the spending problem, I put down how much money I'm spending. Like, I figured it out. How much do I spend? And I write down, you can do this. You can write down every day. Today I spent, this and this. Just keep your receipts. Yeah. When they say you want to keep your receipt, just keep them. Yeah. The easiest way to keep track is just to use cash. Stop using credit cards, which I did more out of necessity because I had maxed them out anyway. So there's no point in using them anymore. And I just didn't want to use them anymore. I didn't want any more. And I couldn't anyway because it was already, like I said, maxed out. So I stopped using credit cards completely. And if you use cash, you know how much you spend because you started out with 20 bucks. And at the end of the day, if you have 5, you know, you spent $15. So it's pretty easy. And then you just have to write down you can write down what you spent your money on, right? And how you felt when you did it. What feelings were you having? All right. Journal about it. Is this something you needed? Is it something that you had to get? Was it important? Or was it just something you just spent money because you felt like it? And then talk about why did you feel like it? What triggered your feelings? Like how, and you're going to start to really understand yourself. Yeah. You're going to understand subconscious spending habits. You're going to start to see them. Oh, I spend when I'm sad, or I spend when I'm angry, or I spend when I have a fight with my boyfriend or girlfriend or whatever. I just go buy this, or if I feel, whatever. And you're going to see these patterns. You're like, oh, you're going to understand yourself better. Right. And that's a great step to figuring out how to deal with this and really take ownership of your finances. Yeah. Number 3, get a supportive friend to help you analyze your spending and figure out what is causing it and cure the root cause. How do you cure the root cause? All right. I'm going to talk about that right now. Get someone to help you, someone who's actually supportive, not someone who judges you. All right. Someone who's really your friend. All right. There was a good movie about Shopaholic. I forgot the name of it, but there was this woman, girl with the green scarf, something like that. And she just was like a shopaholic. And she had a friend help her look at her credit card bills because she didn't want to know how much she had spent and how much she owed. And a friend helped her do it. So do that. Get a friend to help you, someone who's really your friend. Look at, okay, how much in debt am I? What have I done? How many clothes do I have that I don't need? Go through the clothes with you and get, or whatever it is you shop a lot about. I didn't shop in clothes. I wasn't a clothes shopaholic. I was an educational course shopaholic. I would buy seminars and go to like educational courses I couldn't afford and buy courses that, and that was me. I wasn't a clothes shopaholic, but there's all kinds. Yeah. So hi, Zers, welcome. So figure out, what did you buy that you never use? How much debt do you have? Get it all organized and then figure out what is causing it. Why are you spending, right? Do you feel like you're not worthy? You're not enough? So when something happens that makes you feel like you're less than yourself, that you start spending, or what is it for you? Okay. Everyone's going to be a little different. All right. Everyone has their own things. And then once you figure it out, you can cure it. I used affirmations. All right. And I used, what I used was I did things that made me happy. All right. So I just figured it out. I really enjoy running, or I really enjoy swimming. I really enjoy going to the ocean. So I just did things that made me happy. All right. I just focused on that, and that helped me become happier because my root cause was I just unhappy. I was lonely and unhappy and all these things. So I just focused on making friends, being happy, stuff like that. And it really helps. It really helps. So you figure out with your friend, what is the root cause? You can do affirmations, which is just saying what you want to be true. Like, I am happy, or you can do things that actually make you happy, right? Exercise is a really good happiness creator, especially running, because it creates these endorphins, these chemicals in your body that just make you naturally happy. It's fantastic. So things like that. Number 4 is to set and write down new goals. All right. Positive goals. All right. What's the difference between positive and negative goals? A positive goal is like, I'm only going to use cash from now on. I'm not going to use credit cards. Okay. So that's positive, using cash. Or another goal, I'm going to improve my net worth. I'm going to start tracking what my net worth is, and I'm going to improve it every month. I'm going to check it. I'm going to find a way to improve it. Or I'm going to check it every, whatever you can do. Or I'm going to save for my child's college fund. Instead of spending money, I'm going to put money in my kid's college fund, or my retirement account. I'm going to put money in my retirement account instead of my, spending on whatever I spend on. Positive goals. Figure out your own goals, okay? Whatever they are for you. For me, it was to have a positive net worth. When I first started, I was like, I want a positive net worth. Now, you don't want to have a goal of get out of debt. Get out of debt is like a negative goal, all right? You want something proactive, like you're doing something growing. You're not shrinking something, you're expanding something. So net worth will automatically include your debt if that's really important to you, which was for me. So net worth is your everything you own minus everything you owe. So if your net worth is improving, it means either you own more assets and you have more wealth, or your debt is going down, or both. See, so net worth is a great goal if you want to improve your debt and not have a negative goal. Okay. Next one, number 5 is replace shopping. Replace it. Hi, TF Photography. Welcome. Thanks for being on again. How you doing? Thanks for being a super fan. I appreciate you. Tap the screen for some love on Periscope. Okay, so hi, nice to see you. Replace shopping with healthy activities. Going great. Thanks for the hearts. I appreciate it. So what are some healthy activities? I already talked about some. Exercise is a great activity you can do instead of shopping. Sleeping, getting enough sleep. Sometimes you just do things irrationally because you're tired, so just get more sleep. Cooking healthy food and eating it. Thanks for inviting your followers. I appreciate it. Meditation is really helpful. I'm not sure how to connect a call, but thanks for asking. Meditating is great. When I meditate, I've found the root causes of a lot of issues I've had, meditating and stuff like that. Oh, someone wants to join in. Why not? Here you go. I have no idea what's going to happen, but you're joining. Okay. Last, number 6, remove shopping temptation by unsubscribing to emails, mailers, and avoiding shopping malls and stores. Okay? So if you feel like you shop because you have like a coupon or something jumps in the mail, hi, what's your name? Somebody jumped on the live, wants to say hi. What's your name?
Hi, so I have been watching you from long, May.
What's your name?
My name is Naman.
Naman, okay. Naman is on the live. Okay, Naman, you're on 3 lives, by the way. I'm on live on Periscope, I'm live on Facebook, and I'm live on YouTube, just so you know. I want you to know. Kind of efficient with my time. How you doing, Naman? Yeah. Where are you calling from?
Guys, yes, financiallyfree.com. So, I've been watching your scope from long. I've seen some of your tips that you are doing here. Now, I got some questions if you're
okay, I'll let you answer questions as soon as I'm done because I want to stay on topic. Okay?
Okay.
All right, so let me finish. I'm almost done. So unsubscribe, remove shopping temptations, unsubscribe to emails, don't get shopping mailers, don't go to shopping malls, and don't go to stores. And then you won't shop. Okay? That's one. The last one is reward yourself for achieving your goals. So whatever your goal is, if you want to improve your net worth, I had a goal. When I started my thing and I was all in debt, my goal was to have a positive net worth. I had a negative net worth for a long time. It was like negative $33,000 at one point, right? So when I finally got it positive, I celebrated, all right? I forgot exactly what I did, but I remember celebrating. I went out to dinner or something like that with my friends and family. So make sure you celebrate your wins. Celebrate when you actually cure your shopaholism and you get your goals, and that's really important. Okay, so what's your question, Naman? Go ahead.
Thanks. So first of all, let me know your expertise.
My expertise? What does that mean exactly? Because I don't know what you mean.
Like, do you help people making their goals, or to be like...
okay, so I help people become financially free, which means that you have more passive income than your expenses and to have more free time. That's what I do.
Amazing.
That's what I do.
Okay. So let me tell you something about me that can help you answering my question, right? So I'm 19 years old. And I have my company. Actually, I started it back then in May 2020. And it is about video production. So what I do there is I help people to be popular on social medias using graphics and stuff like the new generation stuff that you can use. Such like what you're holding in your hand, right? So it must not be hold in your hand, but it should be written on your screen. But since
I totally get it. I totally get it.
Right?
Yeah.
There are a few creators called Gary V and people like that, if you know. So they're experts, right, in this field. But I want to ask you, so ultimate goal of mine is money, of course. But of course, I'm using my passion as a profession. But I don't know, like, the much I earn, I spend it somewhere, and at the end of the day, I see I have earned nothing. Like, whatever I have earned is gone. And
you're talking about money? Are you talking about money?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. This is a common thing. Have you ever read the book Richest Man in Babylon?
I haven't read any book.
Oh, okay. The Richest Man in Babylon. I highly recommend you read it. The Richest Man in Babylon. Okay? The Richest Man in Babylon. The Richest Man in Babylon. I'll write it for you just so you have it. Go get it.
Oh, man.
It's a really good book. I recommend it. You probably get it for free at the library because it's an older book. So you don't even have to spend money on it. The Richest Man in Babylon by George Clason is the author of this book. Okay? The Richest Man in Babylon by George Clason. All right. Anyone else without this question? So this question really is, how come all the money I make, don't have anything at the end of the day, right? I always spend everything I have. What's going on? I don't get it, right? This book talks about it. And basically there's a story in this book that I'll share with you. And then I'm going to end because Jordan's awake and I got to go take care of my son. All right. But basically this is the question. This one guy says, the same thing in the book. He's like, I have all this money. Every the end of the day, I spend it all. What's going on? And he's talking to a group of people, and it's an old story. So they're like bricklayers, and people who sell flowers, and chariot makers. So it's like old story. Okay. But anyway, different people with different professions. And he's like, I'm just going to ask everyone, does everybody here have the same problem? Do you make money and spend it all by the end of the day? And they're all like, yeah, I do. And I'm like, and then he's like, do you guys make the same amount of money? And they're like, well, no, the chariot maker makes more than the flower maker, the bricklayer makes more than the, whatever. And everyone makes a different amount of money, but yet everyone has no money at the end of the day. And I was like, and he's like, what does that mean? And he's like, well, it means that it's not the amount of money that's the issue, right?
Yeah.
It's not, because if you're this person, you're making a lot. If you're this person, making little, but at the end of the day, you don't got anything, right? So what's really going on? It's not the money. And a lot of people will think, oh, if I only had more money, I could solve my money problems. If I only had more money, I could make, I could be rich. If I only had more money, I'd have money at the end of the day. And it's not true. And anyone can start becoming financially free just by creating certain habits. And the first habit is, every time you get money in your life, take at least 1/10 of it and put it aside for yourself. And what that means is, don't spend it on anything. Invest it. Invest. And you have to do that before you spend it. And you might be like, oh, I can't. I use everything. Well, why does all these different professions, all these different people make so much money, so little money? They always spend everything. It has nothing to do with the money. It has to do with your own self-discipline and self-control, and a decision to really make a change in your life. I know. I used to spend more than I had, guys. I was a spendaholic. I had credit card debts, okay? I had credit card debts up ridiculous, and I stopped. I started following the advice. I just did it. I was like, okay, I'll do what you say, and I'll just do it. And you know what? My life changed, and it's better. And I have free time, and I don't work that job anymore. And my money, every day, I have more and more money. I have more money than I made. You can do it. You just have to decide. But this book is good because it talks about it really well. I read it and I studied it. So I highly recommend you check it out and read it, because there's a lot of other things in there. I'm just sharing one story from this book.
Listen, you say I have read it and I have studied it. So what's the difference in reading and studying it?
Well, you can read a book once, right, and kind of get an idea. But are you actually doing it in your life? Do you actually understand everything that was in the book? Did you comprehend it all? I've noticed that I will listen to books hundreds of times and I will still be learning from the same book, because the first time I heard it, I didn't actually understand it in my own life, or I just didn't understand it and my brain just went over it. Or I understood it in one meaning, but now that I'm in a new part of my life, it's like, oh. So books that I've read and studied over and over, I've listened to Rich Dad, Poor Dad, literally over 1,000 times. That book is very good. Rich Dad, Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki is a very good book. This book is very good. I haven't listened to it 1,000 times, but I've read it at least 10 times, very slowly and very carefully. And I've done what it said to do. Money Master the Game by Tony Robbins. I've listened to that at least hundreds of times. Tony
Robbins.
Yeah. It took me a long time to finally do what the book said, but I did it. Okay. I started doing what the book said, and I was like, oh my gosh, it really does make you more money. Holy cow. The all seasons portfolio is fantastic. So it takes a while sometimes with books, but check this book out because this will answer that question and other ones like it. All right, it's a really good book, really good.
I'll definitely go and check that out. But let me ask you something. How many books do you read by a year?
I know I read at least 12 a year, but more than that because I have an accountability partner and I read a book every month. So I check in with her every month and make sure I read the book. But things are being on. I gotta go. But come on tomorrow. Not tomorrow. I'm on the weekdays, but I'll be here Monday.
Yeah.
Okay. Have a great day, guys. Thank you so much for jumping on. Have a great day. Bye. Bye, guys, on Facebook. Thank you. Share the video with your friends and followers. Have a wonderful day. Aloha. And subscribe on my YouTube channel. That was real fun to have a guest, right? If you guys have anything you want to share, you have questions, please feel free to put in the chat. All right. Have a great day. Aloha.